Something unexpected happened with Palantir today. Price continues to go up and it's not stopping soon. But here's the biggest one. BlackRock just dropped something unexpected. A massive buying spree is happening. Palantir is at the center of it. This is the catalyst we're waiting for to be a $3 trillion company. And we will see it sooner than we expected. What is happening? And what on earth am I even talking about? Well, let me explain. Disclaimer. Palantir's stock just refuses to slow down. It's been climbing non-stop over the past week, and honestly, it's grabbing everyone's attention. And guess who's been paying really close attention? None other than BlackRock. Today, something huge just dropped. People at BlackRock made a massive statement. They're officially changing their approach when it comes to buying in the markets. And believe it or not, Palantir is right at the heart of this new strategy. This isn't just big. It's the kind of shift we've been waiting for, the kind of signal that could seriously push Palantir toward becoming a $3 trillion beast. Now, before we dive deeper into what this all means, let's step back for a second and look at where Palantir's stock actually stands right now. Because the numbers? They're wild. One analyst broke it down, and the way he explained it, Palantir has been an absolute monster lately. Not long ago, it was grinding around the 60s, right? Then it smashed through the setup in the mid-80s, and just last week, it ripped into the hundreds. It's already extended, no doubt about that. But here's where it gets even crazier. If Palantir keeps pushing higher and blows past its all-time highs around the 120 mark, the next target based on the Fibonacci extension would land it somewhere near the 160 range. And let me tell you, that would seriously make the Palantir is overvalued crowd lose their minds. They're already salty. Imagine how they'll feel when Palantir just keeps soaring higher. The momentum building right now is something you don't want to ignore. It's not just random hype anymore. The big players are making moves, and Palantir is right in the middle of it all. And here's what's even crazier. Because of this, investors are rushing like crazy to grab Palantir stock. Everyone's trying to get in before it flies even higher. But one analyst spotted something even wilder that almost no one's talking about. Just before the market closed on Friday, someone stepped in and made a massive bet, dropping almost $1 million on Palantir call options. And not just any call options, they went straight for the 165 strike. That's way above where the stock is sitting right now, which is already close to its all-time highs. Think about that. Someone out there is so confident. They're putting serious money on the line betting that Palantir isn't just going to move a little bit. They're betting it's going to absolutely explode higher. And when Palantir's price really explodes, because at this point, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when, you've got to make sure you're holding enough in your bag. You do not want to be sitting on the sidelines watching the moon without you. And actually, today might just be your lucky day. Because what if I told you there's a way you could get Palantir stocks for free? Yeah, you heard that right. For free. All you have to do is hit the link down in the description and follow the simple steps. And things could start heating up real fast because BlackRock just dropped something massive. Right now, BlackRock is basically telling the world that we're living through a brand new era in financial markets. And the old strategies? They just aren't enough anymore. It's not about tossing your money into everything and hoping the market lifts it all up. Those days are gone. Now, you have to be smart. You have to be selective. Ben Powell, one of BlackRock's top strategists, said it clearly. Investors have to get much more granular, meaning you can't just buy the market. You need to handpick the winners, especially in the hottest areas like AI and critical infrastructure. And that's exactly where Palantir comes into the picture. Palantir isn't some hype-driven tech name running on dreams and promises. This is a real company pulling in serious numbers. Last year, Palantir brought in close to $3 billion in revenue. And they weren't just growing revenue, they were stacking up real profit too. Almost $500 million in actual bottom-line profit, not some made-up like most of the other so-called tech darlings throw around. Even more impressive? Their U.S. commercial business, that's private sector clients, grew by more than 60% in just 1 year. That kind of growth is insane, especially when you remember most companies out there are struggling with high interest rates, stubborn inflation, and supply chains that are still a mess. Palantir's edge is simple but powerful. They help organizations, from car makers to big banks, make sense of huge, messy piles of data. In a world where surprises and disruptions seem to pop up out of nowhere, being able to predict, adapt, and stay ahead is worth everything. And BlackRock gets it. They know the future belongs to companies that help others win the chaos. Palantir isn't just surviving. It's thriving in exactly the kind of environment that's becoming the new normal. On top of that, Palantir's deep relationships with critical sectors, healthcare, energy, defense, finance, give them a rock-solid foundation. Their software powers everything from military operations to hospital logistics to supply chain management. And their Gotham platform? It's trusted by some of the most important organizations in the world to make life and death decisions based on massive amounts of real-time data. So when BlackRock talks about needing to be more targeted, finding companies that fit this tougher, more unpredictable world, Palantir checks every single box. They're profitable. They're growing like crazy. They're woven into some of the most important industries on the planet. If you're BlackRock, loading up on Palantir right now isn't just smart, it's a no-brainer. Now, because of this, if BlackRock starts accumulating Palantir shares aggressively, and with the size of their portfolio, they absolutely can, it could light a fire under Palantir's stock price like we've never seen. Remember, Palantir's stock supply isn't endless. If big players start buying it up and retail investors follow the momentum, demand could completely overwhelm supply. And when that happens, prices don't just drift up, they skyrocket. We're not just talking about a nice little bump. We're talking about a possible monster move that could shatter the old highs and open the door to a whole new level. And the craziest part? We don't even have to guess how big Palantir could get. One top analyst already laid it out. Palantir is now on the road to a $3 trillion valuation based on its chart patterns. That's not just hype. That's a serious projection based on the numbers and the momentum we're seeing. And if BlackRock keeps buying and quietly locks up a huge chunk of Palantir shares, it could trigger a massive chain reaction. Tighter supply, soaring demand, and a stampede of new investors all chasing after the stock. That's how we get the dream scenario. The $3 trillion beast everyone's been dreaming about. It's not just a possibility anymore. It's starting to feel inevitable. Looking at the long-term picture, Palantir's future is looking brighter than ever. One analyst recently explained why Palantir's stock is moving differently than other tech companies right now, and it's definitely something to take note of. The stock has surged this week and nearly doubled in value since early April, driven by some major defense deals and some very positive global developments. For instance, Palantir's partnership with Northrop Grumman on the U.S. Army's Titan program is a big deal. They're merging AI with defense hardware, which gives Palantir a huge edge in defense tech. On top of that, their recent collaboration with Google Public Sector to improve cloud security for federal agencies shows they're deepening their influence in the cybersecurity space as well. And as earnings season approaches, it's becoming clearer that Palantir isn't just a data company anymore. They're becoming a key player in defense, AI, and cloud security, all areas with massive growth potential. With this kind of momentum, the future is looking incredibly strong for Palantir. As the world becomes more unpredictable, companies like Palantir, which help solve complex problems in defense and data, are going to be more in demand than ever. If you're not keeping an eye on this stock, you might want to start. It's looking like one of the top growth opportunities right now. But what is your opinion on this? Comment down below. If you are curious to find more, then make sure to click on one of the videos you see on the screen. And with that, we come to the end of this video. If you enjoyed the video, then turn on the notifications bell on this channel. Missing an important Palantir update might make you lose money, so don't risk it. Also, please share this video with as many people as possible. Let's get this news out there.